Hey everyone, I know it's been a while, but I thought I would come on here because obviously everyone knows that the new planner lineups are coming out, I guess tomorrow. And honestly, like, I have no idea what I'm gonna do for next year. And I kind of feel this pressure to like make a decision by tomorrow. I don't know. I like really hate this, like, first, like, why do I feel like I have to make a decision now? Like, we still have 4 months left of this year. And, like, it's just really annoying. But, like, I guess I also get it at the same time because, like, I felt like I spent all of January and February of this year just setting up my different collections in this book. And then I feel like I just immediately fell behind because of that. And so I guess I do see the benefit of, like, starting ahead of time. But I don't know, I just don't want to waste the present time and like the end of this year just living in the future. But yeah, that's just my rant about this whole thing. And like, I guess my biggest complaint about the planner world, I feel like we just kind of forget these final months. Like, we still have some time, you know, to complete goals that we had set up earlier this year and whatnot. But here we are. But yeah, I just kind of want to talk through what I feel my potential options are for next year, because like I'm really just torn. Like, I feel like I'm going through an existential crisis. Like, that's all I've been thinking about this week is like, what do I want? Because like I had my complaints about this book, even though I like really loved it, and then I was kind of like thinking again about like what did I like about the Weeks mega, and like what did I not like about it that made me go to the Han and like a bigger book. I don't know, I've just been thinking about so many different things. And yeah, I'm just gonna go through, I guess, my 3 main potential options that I've been thinking about. I was thinking like, okay, I can return back again to the Hobonichi Han. I'm in between if I want to continue with this big book, the A5, or switch to the A6. But yeah, not sure about that yet. Second option is switching to the common planner, the A6 full year size. And then my third option I was thinking was just to make my own rings / like Filofax setup. So yeah, those are my 3 main options: the Hobonichi, common planner, or setting up my own rings. And I don't know, I'm just like so torn because I see the pros and cons of all 3 of them. And like, sometimes I wish I could just combine the 3. I don't know. There's just like so many nice ones. Like Hobonichi, love the quality. The covers are nice. Oh my gosh, like some of the covers for next year just look so cute. Common planner, I just really like the inside. I feel like it has some of the things that I wish Hobonichi has. And then the rings, love the customization, like, I guess, possibilities that come with that. And so yeah, I'm just like so torn between all of these 3 options. So I kind of want to go into like, I guess, Hobonichi, like a mini review, since this is what I've been using this whole year. So some of the things that I liked. 1, I like that it's just one book kind of for everything. And just I have everything in one place. And just also, again, like, it's really pretty and just like good quality and whatnot. But I think the things that I've been noticing throughout this year that I don't really like is that like things are all over the place. Like, so like, yeah, here was my goal setup. I really loved how I set up these 2 pages, like my index, layout ideas, and goals. I really enjoyed that. And then I just really liked how I had, you know, the setup of my collection. So like books I want to read, or like just the documentation of what I'm reading, my movies, TV. Like, I really enjoyed these pages. And then I really enjoyed also like pages like this, like where I was kind of doing, I guess, documenting movies that I watched and how I felt about them. And I did the same for like different books throughout the year, if I can find. So like, here's a TV show that I was watching, a book that I was reading earlier this year, another movie. So yeah, like I really enjoyed these pages, like how I set them up. Yeah, like I love these. But I guess like my main complaint though is like they're not all together. I have to go to my index to see like where everything is. And I would have much rather like have So like here, for instance, this is like a book, and then there's a movie down here, which is like nice because like I finished this book on this day, and then I also watched this movie on this day, and like it's, I guess, a nice documentation of like what I did on the day. But if I ever want to refer back, like if I want to see like, do I want to read this book again, or do I want to watch this movie again, I have to like go look for it. And I think that's like one thing that started making me think about the Rings planner, for instance, is like I can put all my book reviews together, I can put all my movies together, all my TV shows together. And like that's not really something I guess like I would want just to keep for this year that I like, I guess, consume this media during this time. Like it's something that I would like to refer back to like in future years, like who knows, maybe like 5 or 10 years down the line, like I want to reread a book and then I can reference it. Whereas like with this system, having it confined to 1 year, I have to like go look for it. Like I won't remember what book it's in. I have like 8 million planners from over the years. Like how would I know? I guess I could do like kind of like a top view index, like, hey, this book has all these movies, but like, and all these books and whatever. But I don't know, that just sounds like too much effort. Whereas like if I just had one area for each thing, that would be kind of nice. But then I don't know, like I've never used Rings before, so what's the limitation of like the amount of pages I can put in one Rings binder? I guess if I did like multiple Rings binder, like one for books, one for movies over time, like I have it in a year and then I move those pages at the end of the year to the respective like books or the movies binder. I guess that could work because then I have everything in one place. I know, I might do that. I'm kind of just like thinking out loud about that. So I guess that's one option. That's like, again, that's kind of, again, my complaint about the Han is just everything's all over the place. Like, it's annoying. I really like how all these look like. And again, it's like kind of a memory of like what I guess, completed or did that day in a way. I guess that's like one thing. So that's like my main issue with this book. The second thing is like, I don't always have something for every day. And so like, there's just so many blank pages and I don't really like I thought about like, okay, I can just do a brain dump here. But then, I don't know, like I've been also looking back at my photos in my phone and like, I tend to take a picture almost like every day. And so I'm actually thinking of, I want to do like a backlog. Like, I know it's basically September, but I've been looking at January and I think I'm gonna fill out January and just kind of start from the beginning and fill out everything where I didn't have stuff. Just because like I kind of want to turn this more into a memory keeping journal and just like with all these texts, like I'm not gonna read this unless like I'm curious about if I want to like remember what I thought about this book, for instance. So yeah, like I think it'd just be nice to take those pictures. Like I started collecting pictures for January and I plan on printing and cutting those out and doing kind of like a past journaling sesh. I'll probably just film that because I'm certain I'm not the only person who is like filling up like these old pages, because I know like we all have lives. Like we can't just, you know, necessarily drop everything and do stuff like and just do our journaling, I guess. So yeah, I think those videos will be coming soon. I think it would be fun, like see if there's other people doing a backlog of previous months, and then maybe I'll do like a video per month, and then I think that'll give me motivation to actually finally complete these pages, because overall my book is like so thin. And I know I'm digressing a bit, but yeah, I was again talking about what I liked, I guess, so far in this planner, what I don't like. And yeah, this whole week I've just been like obsessing over what I should do for next year, and I just like hate it. I'm just like, 2024 is not even done. Like, why am I thinking about 2025 already? But I guess since like everyone's launching their planners basically like tomorrow or 2 days, maybe tomorrow if I'm able to post this video on the 31st, maybe I can help you also make a decision if you're in the same boat as me. But yeah, so many pros and cons, I guess, to everything. So yeah, these are my thoughts on hobonichi. So like, I guess this is where I'm at so far with my book. I did just want to go through, so yeah, again, like these are my 3 options, I guess, for this year that I'm considering. Hobonichi. First of all, I'm loving these covers. Like, this is my all-time favorite. I really like the rainbow one. I thought the Spy Family was super cute, but I don't think I want to look at that all year, so probably not gonna get that one. And yeah, I am thinking about trying out the A6 version just because I love the size. It's just so cute looking. Just my biggest complaint is that it doesn't have the weekly setup, which is like really annoying because like clearly, you know, from this book, clearly the weekly section has been like my most consistent thing overall this year. So like I'm just so annoyed that the A6 doesn't have that. And the reason why I don't want to continue with the A5 is just because like I felt these pages were huge and they're just like, I don't always have stuff to fill. And what I loved about like my week's mega was, since it was so tiny, like I just like, for instance, like this spread, I just love how filled out it is. And then also like my collections pages, like I don't know, I just love this compact setup. I don't know. And so I feel like maybe getting the A6 will be like a nice in-between size. So yeah, and so what I was thinking was like I'll do this A6, and then I saw that they have a I think it's like, let me find it, I think it's in here. Yeah, I saw like they have this A6 weekly supplement, and it's like what's so annoying is like clearly they're able to have a vertical setup in the A6 size, so just like why not just include it into the freaking book? Like anyways, I'm just really annoyed about that. But so what I was thinking, I would get this along with the A6 book, Han, and then maybe I'll try like taking out these pages and then inserting them at the beginning of each week. So like this, it'll be part of the book. Cause like I'm not really a fan of, you know, having 2 separate books like this. So yeah, I think I'll play around with that if I decide to go hobonichi again. At the moment, I am thinking to still get it just because I really like the cover. Like it's just so pretty. Yeah, like this cover is just gorgeous. It's just I love it. It's just like magical. I don't know. So yeah, at the moment I'm definitely gonna get this, I think, regardless of what I decide, because also I think I'm worried that if I try a new system, like I won't like it and then I'm gonna want something that's familiar again. That's where I'm at for my options for the hobonichi. I think I'm leaning towards A6 along with this weekly supplement. I'm not sure. I also just realized that like, I know I mentioned like ripping out these pages and then inserting it into the Han, like for each week, but then I remembered like there's another week printed on the back of this page, so I can't do that. So I don't know, right now I'm thinking like maybe I won't get this book, and then maybe I'll just print out my own like weekly inserts that I'll stick into the book. And that could be nicer because like I don't really like the time, like how it is. I kind of wish that there was, I don't know, I wish it looked more like the common planner, which is my next option. So I guess that would be a pro if I like made my own custom weekly inserts for the A6. I might do that actually. So yeah, anyways, that leads me to my second option that I'm considering for next year. So I know like this is the A6 half year, but I saw in the release that happened this past couple weeks was there's an A6 full year. And yeah, I really like the vertical weekly setup. It's nice how minimal it is. And so like maybe if I try to like recreate my own version of this that I could stick into the Han, I can do that. But yeah, as a second option is just the common planner. I saw there's the A6 in the full year. Wasn't too keen on the color. I know a lot of people aren't, and I know that's like not a big deal because I think she said like the A6 full year is only coming in caramel, and like I'm not a very caramel person. I don't know, like I just wish it came in simple black. I think that would have been nicer. But anyways, that's not a big deal because like I can just get a cover and then I won't even notice it, and that's fine because like I already have covers for all my books. Like I think I saw someone post like, y'all are acting like you're not gonna get a cover for your book like you already do anyways. So it's like fair point. And yeah, and like I'm certain it's really difficult. I want to say like Sterling Ink is a small business, so I'm certain it's like difficult to put into production like multiple versions of planners, and like I get that you can't really, you know, cater to everyone's desires, I guess, but yeah. So that is an option, because, you know, it kind of fixes my qualms, I guess, about the Han, and I get the size that I want. And I think another thing is like the daily pages here aren't dated, and so that's another thing. Like, then I'm not stuck to having, like, feeling, I guess, the pressure of journaling for a specific date. Like, I can have all my collections in one section. Like, I can, you know, make it that I have all my books in one section, and then like my book reviews, and then my movie reviews. The only thing that I'm worried though about that is like designating enough pages for books, for book reviews, for movie reviews, and etc. Like, what if I put too many pages and then I have like a stack of like blank pages at the end? Like, that's gonna annoy me. Like, knowing myself, that will annoy me. And then what if I don't put enough pages, and then now I have to like put it later? It's like, that's another thing that's gonna annoy me. So yeah, I don't know, like, I'm just so conflicted. And like, I know like maybe having the rings would fix that, because I can like rearrange pages however I please. But yeah, I don't know, it's just something to think of, because like I'm also like thinking back to like what I loved about the Weeks megas, having all these note pages at the end. Like, for instance, you know, I designated the first half of the note pages to, let's see if I can find one. Like, I was just, yeah, so I was like designating these pages to like daily journaling and whatnot, which like was fun. But then like towards May, I don't know why it's always like May, I just realized I like tend to fall off journaling. But anyways, May, like, I stopped using it, and then I just felt like annoyed having all these blank pages, and like I felt like I couldn't use it for anything else, because like I had already marked these pages as like a certain segment. And yeah, and like my favorite part of this book were these collection pages, which I really liked. You know, I had like potential routines, and then my cleaning log, and then had like, I wrote like I was just doing a list of movies and a list of TV shows, but I kind of like the idea of having reviews, because like, for instance, some of these movies I don't remember like what happened, and like it would be nice to have something to, I guess, read, like a little blurb, so I can kind of remember. You know, like these Fate Stay Nights, like I don't remember what happened. Like, I think I have like an overall idea, and if I were like to rewatch it, I'm certain like it'll come back to me. But like, how do I know if like I want to waste my time rewatching it? You know, like things like that. But yeah, and so like I had these designated pages. Some of them I used, some of them I didn't. I really enjoyed my goal setup. I also, oh my gosh, this quarterly setup was my favorite thing ever. Like, I just love how pretty it is. Like, I had my big goals that I had for the year overall, and then I had like kind of mini goals that I wanted to complete within those 3 months, and I was like highlighting what weeks I would work on what part of the goal. And I think the only adjustment that I would like to do to this is just, so like I only had 3 squares for each week, because that's all the room I had. I think what would be nice is to make a slightly longer layout, so maybe like a fold out, I think would be really nice, where then I could have kind of like a box per day for each week, because then it could really let me see like what days am I working on what, or like, you know, to plan what days I want to work on what. So yeah, and like that's something I think I could do potentially with the rings planner. And yeah, that's like my third option again, is a rings planner. Like, I was looking at Megan Rhiannon's setup, and just like it looks so nice, and I just really like the idea of kind of like rearranging pages in whatever order I want, and whatnot. So yeah, I think I was like not too keen about like the horizontal layout. I really like vertical. Like, I've noticed that's what works best for me, and just like being able to write what I'm doing per hour. And I like to have like that weekly view of that. But yeah, I'm not sure what size this is. Like, I read something that's like cubby compact, something like that. I don't know. I know it's in the description. I actually bought this pack recently just so I can like, because I do want to experiment with the rings probably a bit in the next couple months, and to see if it's something that I like or if it's going to be like too time consuming, because it definitely requires a lot of work of like, you know, printing out pages, cutting them out, things like that. I did see that Sterling Ink actually sells like loose leaf pages. I think like it's these ones. Yeah. Yeah, so she has like the grid and she has blank ones. I was thinking of like, I could just buy the blank paper. I don't know where it is. I don't know. I know it exists. But yeah, I was thinking I could just buy like, you know, the A6. I do like the gold edge. I think that's nice. And then have it blank, and then I could just print directly like whatever I decide, like if I want to use Megan Rhiannon's layouts or if I want to create my own that's like more personal to me. And then maybe I could just print it on these already cut pages. It would definitely remove that time, I guess, of cutting things. But things, it's like, it's kind of expensive. Like, you know, $17 for how many sheets? I think it's like 100 sheets, which I know is technically 200 pages if you're like counting back and front. But like, that's a lot. I don't know. Like, I don't know, maybe I just shouldn't be lazy, but yeah. Anyways, right now I'm just gonna test it out. But yeah, just quick recap. I'm in between these three options, you know. I'm in between Hobonichi, the Common Planner, the 2025 A6 from Sterling Ink, and then doing a Filofax / rings binder. At the moment, I'm the most in between the Han A6 and the Filofax. I'm thinking of like, I think I've mentioned this, I don't remember. I like wrote down notes for this episode because I noticed in previous videos I constantly like repeat myself and like digress and whatnot. But here I am, I still forgot if I mentioned this. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe I'll do this as like, if I still get this book, make it as memory keeping, just like paste photos in there that I take. I think that'd be nice. And then I can just like flip through it and see like, okay, how did this year go? And maybe not really write that much in it, which would be kind of nice. And then maybe do a rings planner where I have my goals set up. Because like, I think what like another problem was of having things, I just like, I don't know, like having things last for just 1 year and just like the need to fit everything into one book is like, achieving goals doesn't always fit that. Like, it can take longer than a year, you know? And like, I think like for me, it would be really nice to have that progress tracked in one place, like from the beginning to the end, and not have it confined to 1 year, which is something that I think I could get in a rings planner. Cause like now who cares if like I start this planner now and then it goes on until like, I don't know, 5 years now. Because like, what if I have one of these goals set up, which by the way, obviously I haven't completed most of them. Like, what if it takes 5 years to complete, not just the 1 year that I thought it would? Because especially like when you have a child and like just other life stuff, and like, I know a lot of people are working too, it's like hard to find that time for like little hobbies or things like that that you want to do. And so yeah, like, I don't know, I'm starting to think like maybe these year planners are just too constrictive of that. And like, I don't know, like for me, I get annoyed that I'm not hitting deadlines, you know? And it's like maybe having goals in like a planner that's not necessarily confined to dates would be nice, because then I can have like a certain project and then I'd be able to see beginning to end, and it doesn't matter about the date. And I think what I care about the date is really memory keeping, like, you know, what happened on what day, things like that. So yeah, I don't know, these are just my thoughts so far. It's the 30th today. I feel like I only have the next few hours to like make a decision, because like I know like these books are going to be available, like, you know, the hobonichi is going to be available still, like even after tomorrow, and like if it goes out of stock, I think like that's what I did this year, is like I bought this book like maybe end of December. I genuinely don't remember. Yeah, I think it was December that I ended up getting, and I got it from like Amazon just so it would come faster. And yeah, I forgot where I'm going with this, but yeah, I don't know, I think it would be nice to have the book a little bit earlier, because again, I felt like I wasted a lot of the beginning of this year like setting up certain pages that like I felt like I fell behind, and then I didn't really want to, I don't know, like plan anymore. And yeah, whereas like if I had set it up earlier, I probably could have like kept up more. I mean, I guess I also like I didn't have a printer at the beginning of this year. I got that later. Anyways, I'm like thinking to myself right now about that. But yeah, I don't know. I am curious about what everyone else's plans for next year. I know I keep saying like, oh, I hate that I'm thinking about next year already. And that's like one thing I hate about the planner community, is how like I feel like if you're not thinking about things like 3 or 4 months in advance, you're like late. And it's just like, no, that's not how life works. You know, like. And yeah, we will see. I think talking it out here has definitely helped me and kind of think about what I want. And so yeah, like I know I love verticals for sure. And yeah, I don't know. I think I'll play around with the rings for a little bit, see if it's something I think I can keep up consistently. And if not, then I think I'll just have the Han, but in the smaller size, to fall back on for next year. So yeah. Wish me luck. I also wish you guys luck in case you're going through the same thing as I am going through, of just like, you know, looking at these 3 options and just like not knowing what to choose. And like the other thing is like I also don't really want to buy multiple notebooks and, you know, only have each of them like slightly filled out. Like I'm type of like, no, if I'm gonna buy a book, I want to make sure it's filled out for the whole year. But yeah, anyways, thank you for listening to me blabber on, and I will see you guys next time. Hopefully it's not going to be another like 4 months or so until the next video, but see you guys.